Hey everybody, and welcome to this Q&A this week, which I'm really excited for. Got a ton more questions from LinkedIn. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Instagram, you want your question answered, hit it, pop it in the comments, and we'll get your question back to you. Doesn't matter what you want to know, doesn't matter what business you want to grow. It can be about marketing, finance, business, relationships, sales, social media, whatever it is you want to know, we'll answer your questions in order to help you grow your business. Now, the first question, I've got them in notes this week rather than my phone. First question this week is from Mark Grant. It says, how do people adopt a mindset where they're able to change course, especially with navigating a funny environment with this pandemic economic fallout, when their natural urge is to stick to the business plan? Well, first and foremost, you can stick to the business plan if the business plan is working. Right? If something's working, I mean, it sounds crazy, but this is really, really true, is the first thing we need to understand. If something is working, producing results and putting things in place for you, you get new clients, new leads, new incomes, new profits, new sales, then don't change course. Keep on course, right? However, if the world around you's changed, which it has over the past couple of years, especially with this digital movement that we're going through, then you need to change. If your business plan is failing, if your business plan doesn't work, then forget the plan, throw it away. We need to draw up a new plan. That's what's more important. And how do you draw up a new plan? Well, first of all, if you don't know what to do, you've got to do a bit of testing. You've got to test new advertising, you've got to test new relationship building, you've got to test new prospecting, how you go and talk to more clients. That becomes really, really important. Now, the first thing I would say to you in terms of actually addressing the question, you said, how do you adopt a change mindset? I would say to you that that is something that you just get used to every single day. The mindset, rather than being a change mindset, needs to be an improvement mindset. If you look at your business, the way I like to look at a business, I like to look at it in 5 segments. I like to look at the business in segment 1 being marketing, segment 2 being sales, segment 3 being branding, segment 4 being business strategy, and segment 5 being numbers. These are the only 5 things we really need to work on. The market needs to be right because we need to be driving new conversations into the business. So you need to be analysing and looking at your market and say, is my marketing working? Is it producing me new conversations? Is it producing me new leads? Is it warming up customers where we've got incoming inquiries? If it isn't, then the plan is, let's go to the market and let's drive some more conversations, because we definitely ain't getting number 2 unless we're getting number 1, which is sales. Now, when it comes to the sales aspect, number 2 is, are my salespeople or is my sales approach converting people when I speak to them? So the market works, it's driving me leads, but is the sales working? Now, if the sale isn't working and you're not converting enough people, or not enough people want your proposition, or you're not even getting to this stage because your marketing's wrong, go back, work on your marketing. If you get into this stage and it's not working, then you need to improve your sales. Very, very simple. Now, then we need to move on to the branding. Branding is something I like to work on, and something that I feel that most businesses, especially UK-based businesses, don't do. A UK-based business, in the UK, we're taught that don't put yourself out there, don't talk to too many people, keep yourself to yourself, and you've not got that promote yourself kind of mentality. But if you go over to America and you see the massive billboards with estate agents on saying, hey, my name's Dave Cross, come and do business with me, just made Dave Cross up obviously, but you're going to see that the Americans take a different approach to actually branding and getting themselves out there. For me, a great business builds a great brand. And you've got 2 brands. You've got your business brand and you've got your personal brand, and you should be working on both. So you need to look at that segment and you say, how are we improving there? Then you need to look at the business strategy. So the business strategy comes down to, yeah, we're marketing, we're selling, we're branding, but are we making the right level of profits? Are we making sure we keep our clients, where clients come back and do business with us? Are we getting that repeat business? Are we getting those referrals on an ongoing basis? And if not, you need to refine the strategy here. And then finally, you need to make sure the numbers are working. Not only are you making enough profit, but you're keeping enough profit. So when you say a business plan, you don't necessarily need to have a business plan. What you need to look at is the impact areas of your business, work on them individually, make sure those 5 segments, those 5 cogs are working, and your business is going to grow, and you're going to adapt and change naturally anyway. Hopefully that answers your question there, my friend. Okay, so the next question is from David C. Riley. It says, do you think people can learn to make money? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. Of course you can learn to make money. You know, business and entrepreneurship, the whole sector is about how does somebody go and provide more value to someone so they take and buy that value in exchange with money. So what you really need to figure out is how do you add value to people, whatever segment you work in. I think, David, you might be a photographer, but whatever area you work in as a business, you just need to say, how do I add more value to the marketplace? How do I go in there and do things for people that other people aren't doing? How can I offer a better product or a better service or a better result to the people that want my products and services? And if you do that, people will be happy to give you money. It's very, very simple. Learning to make money and is one of the most important skills in the world. If you want more from your life, like if you want to have a better lifestyle, if you want to provide better for your family, if you want to be more successful, if you want to feel more successful, if you want more energy, you want to wake up every day with passion and enthusiasm, then this is a skill that's not going to let you down. And it's something I think they should teach. It's something that we need to embrace and maybe needs to be in wider culture, because certainly not something you teach at school. And this is the problem. A lot of people think, oh, well, they're a natural. They know how to do this stuff. I don't know how to do it. You know, oh, they figured it out. The difference is anybody that knows how to make money, anybody that knows how to run businesses, they have studied, they have learned, they have applied themselves. They've had the right coaches, they've had the right mentors, they've seeked out the training, they've been serious about it, they've searched for it, they've worked hard for it, and they've cracked the code. And if they can do it, guess what? You can too. So there's absolutely everyone in the world can learn to make money. And if you don't know how to make money right now, it is a lack of skills, not the fact that it's impossible. So you need to sharpen up your skills so you can do more than just pay the bills. And if you do that, you'll start making more money. Question number 3. I have a business management degree. I'm interested in business IT. I don't have any other business experience or qualifications in IT. So how can I start? And that's from Saranish. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Well, how you start is there's a few different ways to start. Look at the industry, business IT, and say what product or service is missing in that industry. What is it that people are looking for that they can't find? What is it about business IT people want to know? What do they want? What service, what product, what result do they want? And then see if you can go and create something that supplies that demand. There's things you can use like Answer the Public, where you can go and see what questions people are asking about business IT, and that might lead you in the direction of finding a solution. That's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do, which I do recommend as well, is if you haven't worked in the field and you want to be in that field, go and work in the field. Go and find a company that you think does great things, go and work with them, go and be in that environment, see how they come up with ideas, spend some time working there, you know, apply yourself, enjoy it, and then have in the back of your mind that one day perhaps this is something you want to do too, and the ideas will flow and come to you and you will have the experience. But I've given you 2 routes there, as long as you choose one. Remember, if we want success, we have to take action, so do something about it. Either go and study it, find what's missing, alternatively go and jump into the industry and get that experience. Okay, so this one is from Kumar, and it says, as inflation is expected to go above 6% and interest rates rise, what's the best way to improve cash flow for SMEs? How can they tailor the social media and support from the bank and the government to expand cash flow? Well, the first thing I'd say is this. When I started my first business, back in 2008. And at the time, just a few months after starting, I remember picking up the Sun newspaper one day. Yes, guilty, I read the Sun. And as I was reading the Sun newspaper, there was a big thing on the front page. You know what it was? It was a queue outside the bank, the Northern Rock, and it was the impending doom of the financial crisis. And the news and the media were talking about this financial crisis and how it was going to impact everybody and how it was going to affect everybody. And guess what? I was early into business. I was 25 years old. I just started my first business. I was right at the beginning. You know what I could have done? I could have read that newspaper and gone, oh my God, look, this is what they're saying. You know, I better just go and get my job back. I better play safe and I better do something differently. And I could have let it rock me. But luckily enough, I had a very good friend who was a good mentor who had been in business. And I went and had a conversation and said, what do you think about this? And I was lucky enough to have somebody to push back on me, which is sometimes what you need, is somebody to push back with a different perspective, a different opinion, someone that was successful, that had a good attitude. And he said to me, look, Ad, this is the thing. You just started your business, you've been going 6 months. Is your business growing? I said, yeah, of course it is. We're getting new clients, we're growing, we're working hard, we're getting new people. He said, okay, is it growing month on month? I said, yeah, it is growing month on month. He said, well, okay, well, the UK might be in a recession, but your business isn't. Remember, as a business owner, you create your own economy, right? And the harder you work, the better you work, the smarter the work, the more strategic you are, the more money you make. So you can go and participate in the UK's recession, or you can live in your own economy and you can go out there as a business owner and Do what you want to do and be the leader you know you're meant to be. And after I heard that, I said, right, okay, I'm not in a recession. The rest of the UK might be, but I'm not going to be. And that's where I broke out and grew a massive business over that period of time from that one conversation. So the conversation, Kamada, I'm going to say, it seems that you're buying into the news, you're buying into the media, you're listening to people telling you about inflation and scaremongering, all these different things. And the reality is this, if you had a 10, 15, 20 million pound business, yeah, you probably should be worried, because it's going to affect your cash flow. It's going to affect the amount of money you can raise. It's going to affect things because you've already got something really established, and that could cause the house of cards to come crumbling down. That could cause you a problem. However, you're just starting out, you don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is actually going out there, getting customers, marketing your business, making things happen. So if you've got a massive business, yeah, there's going to be some concern. Yeah, you need to manage your cash flow really tightly. You need to look at things and improve. But if you're at the beginning, don't concern yourself with those things. Having said that, I'll give you one tip on cash flow, which has helped me a lot, just in case you are of the bigger business variety and listening to this. First thing I'd say, cash flow is all about foresight. One thing business owners very rarely have is foresight. What is foresight? Foresight is when you can see a week in front of you, 2 weeks in front of you, a month in front of you, 2 months in front of you, 3 months in front of you, and you can predict where you are at, and you can predict your bank balance, you can predict your numbers and know how you're performing. The most important thing in cash flow is having that foresight. If you can see 3 months into the future and you can predict the amount of sales you're going to make, the amount of expenses you're going to have, you can predict the unforeseen bills, the things you're going to do, it gives you time to make changes. It means you can make changes to your marketing, your strategy and your sales, which means you can increase the amount of cash you've got. But if you don't have the foresight, and you only say you can see a week into the future, not 3 months into the future, if you have a problem, you don't have enough time to react. So get more foresight, get on top of your numbers, start to see in the future, and that will help you a lot with your cash flow. Thanks everybody. Look, I think I've answered all the questions actually this week. So well done for sending your questions in. Hopefully it added some real value to you if you were listening to this. Of course, if you've got a question, you can put it in the comments wherever you're watching. And of course, we're now running an event called the Social Media Business Summit, where on Saturdays, you can go and find the link somewhere on the video. You can come spend a day with me, ask more questions, come onto the event, see hundreds of other entrepreneurs that are growing. Get yourself in a community of like-minded people that want to go out there and crush it. So go and click the link, come and join us on the event, and I look forward to seeing you there.